Can someone help me with this quest, boss?
Sure, where are you?
By the cave entrance.
That's my camp spot. I was there first.
Dude, there's room for both of us.
No, there isn't. Weaver, I'm training mobs to you.
Are you serious right now?
Dead serious. This is my spot. I've been here for an hour.
It's an open world. You don't own camp spots.
I own this spot. I was here first. Leave now.
Oh, wow, I'm getting my popcorn for this.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Everyone stop questing. Drama is incoming.
You know what? Fine. Here comes the train.
You actually just trained me? Are you 12?
I warned you.
Oh man, laughing my ass off. I just flew over here to watch this. Is someone recording this?
I'm reporting you for griefing.
Go ahead. Crying for the GMs won't help you.
Guys, I literally can't do my quest because everyone's here watching.
Welcome back to MMO Madness Behind the Troll Mask. I'm Boss Mode, and today we're talking about one of the greatest spectator sports in MMO gaming, Zone Chat Meltdowns. When two players decide to have their argument in public chat, and the entire zone stops playing just to watch. Let's dive into this chaos. Before we get into the legendary meltdowns, let's talk about how these public freakouts actually work and why they're so entertaining. Zone chat, general chat, local chat, whatever your game calls it, it's the public communication channel for everyone in the area. Hundreds of players can be in the same zone chat. Anything said there is visible to everyone, and some people forget this or just don't care. Public meltdowns typically follow a pattern. It starts with something small. Someone asks a question, someone else gives a snarky answer, the original person takes offense. Instead of moving it to whispers or just letting it go, they escalate in public chat. Now you've got two people arguing where everyone can see. Other players start chiming in. Some take sides. Some try to mediate. Some make popcorn jokes, but the key thing is that the audience is now engaged. People stop what they're doing to watch. The participants get more heated because they have an audience. They're not just arguing anymore, they're performing. Every response is crafted to make the other person look worse and themselves look better. It becomes more about winning the crowd's approval as much as winning the argument. Things escalate quickly. Screenshots get posted. Past drama gets dredged up. Accusations fly. You ninja looted me 3 months ago. You're in a toxic guild. Everyone knows you're a scammer. It goes from 0 to nuclear in minutes. Eventually, one of a few things happen. Someone rage quits and logs off in a huff. A GM steps in and tells everyone to take it to whispers. One person gets muted or banned. Or, most entertainingly, both parties keep going until they've completely exhausted themselves and the argument just peters out with no resolution. What makes Zone Chat Meltdown special is the public nature. It's not like a Discord argument where only guild members see it. This is broadcast to hundreds of strangers. It's airing dirty laundry in the most public way possible. And for everyone watching, it's free entertainment better than anything the game developers created. There's also different flavors of zone chat meltdowns. There's the camp spot war, where two people fight over a grinding location. There's the relationship drama, where a couple's breakup becomes server-wide entertainment. There's the political argument, where someone says something controversial and half the zone picks sides. There's the scam accusation, where someone publicly calls out a scammer and it becomes a he said, she said situation. And then there's the trolling-induced meltdown, where someone deliberately baits another player into a public freakout for entertainment. These are manufactured drama, but they're often the most entertaining because the troll knows exactly which buttons to push. Different games have different famous chat channels for drama. World of Warcraft has Baron's Chat and Trade Chat. Final Fantasy has Limsa Lominsa's Chat. EVE Online has chat in high traffic systems. These places become known for constant low-level chaos punctuated by legendary meltdowns. ESO has Zone Chat, which depending on the area you are in, it can become highly entertaining and toxic at the same time. On consoles, they have Voice Area Chat that has one person blaring their favorite music and others yelling at each other. All right, let's talk about the Hall of Fame. These are zone chat meltdowns that became server legends, the kind people still talk about years later. This one is from World of Warcraft Story from Vanilla. Baron's chat was always chaotic, but this one's special. A player, Sarah, announced in Baron's chat that she was getting married in real life and wanted to share her happiness with everyone. Sweet, right? Except another player, Jake, responded with, "Congratulations. Hey, is this the Sarah from Thunder Furry server?" Sarah confirmed. Jake then dropped a bomb in public chat. "Didn't we date like 6 months ago when you told me you were single?" Zone chat exploded. Sarah tried to explain it away. Different person. He was mistaken. Whatever. But Jake started posting screenshots. Whisper conversation. Screenshots of them doing content together. Her telling him she loved him. Turns out Sarah had been dating multiple players across different servers while engaged in real life. Jake was just one of them. As the drama unfolded in Baron's chat, 2 other players chimed in with their own stories about dating Sarah. The entire Baron stopped questing. People were flying in from other zones to watch this unfold in chat. It went on for over an hour. Sarah tried to defend herself, then got angry, then logged off. The drama got screenshotted and posted on the forums, where even more people came forward with Sarah stories. The term Baron's Bride became server slang for anyone who was catfishing or multi-dating. Sarah's server transferred shortly after, but the legend lived on. Final Fantasy XIV has a reputation for being a friendly community, but Limsa Lominsa is where that reputation just goes to die. This is the main city where people hang out and chat can get spicy. During the 2020 election season, someone made a political comment in Limsa chat. Just a throwaway line about voting. Normally people would ignore it, or someone would say no politics in chat, and that would be the end. Not this time. Someone responded with an opposing view. Then someone else jumped in. Then someone else. Within 5 minutes, Limsa chat was a full-blown political argument with about 30 people actively participating and hundreds watching. The shouting matches went on for 3 hours. 3 hours. People were writing essays in chat. Screenshots of news articles were being posted. Accusations of being in cult-like devotion to various politicians were flying. The city plaza had packed with people who stopped playing just to watch. Moderators tried to intervene multiple times. They'd tell people to take it to private messages. People would quiet down for about 30 seconds. Then someone would post one more thing, and then it would be all starting again. Eventually, multiple people got temporary chat bans. The argument migrated to Reddit and the official forums, where it continued for days. And to this day, anytime someone makes even a slightly political comment in Limsa, someone responds with, "Remember the great meltdown of 2020? Let's not do it again." Here's a World of Warcraft trade chat story. A player had been running scams on the auction house for weeks, buying items that people misposted at low prices, flipping them for a massive profit. Technically not against the rules, but ethically questionable. One of his victims, Emma, had accidentally posted a rare item for 100 gold instead of 10,000 gold. The scammer bought it instantly. When Emma realized her mistake and whispered him asking for the item back, or at least pay fair value, he told her, "Your mistake, my profit," and ignored her. Emma took it to trade chat. She named the scammer publicly and explained what happened. The scammer responded in trade chat, calling her an idiot for not checking her prices. This was a mistake. Emma started posting evidence, screenshots of the whisper conversation, a list of other items the scammer had bought from mispostings. She'd done her research. Other players started chiming in with their own experience with the scammer. The scammer tried to defend himself in trade chat, but he was outnumbered like 30-1. People started following him around in games, spam inviting him to duels, spitting on him. His name became mud on the server. He made it worse by doubling down. He started bragging about how much gold he had made off stupid people. He called everyone in trade chat poor and jealous. He posted his gold count. He was toxic on a level that united the entire server against him. By the end of the night, multiple GMs had gotten involved because of the number of reports. The scammer ended up with a suspension. When he came back, he was also so infamous that he couldn't participate in any server activities. He eventually quit or server transferred. One trade chat argument destroyed his entire server reputation. Here's a Guild Wars 2 story. A guild was having internal drama, typical stuff about loot distribution and leadership decisions. Most guilds keep this drama internal, but not this guild. Two officers started arguing in map chat instead of guild chat. Map chat, the public channel for everyone in the entire zone. Nobody knew why they had made this mistake. Maybe they misclicked on the chat channel. Maybe they wanted public support. Who knows? They aired everything. Years of grudges, accusations of favoritism, screenshots of private guild conversation, loot spreadsheets showing uneven distribution. It was like watching a guild implode in real time, but in public view. Other members of their guild saw this happening in map chat and jumped in, some defending each officer, some calling them both out for being unprofessional. Meanwhile, hundreds of random players who weren't in the guild were just watching this unfold. People started asking questions. Why did you give all the ascended weapons to your girlfriend? Did you really kick that player for calling out your mistakes? The officers kept answering, kept defending themselves, kept escalating. The guild leader logged in, saw the disaster happening in map chat, and immediately disbanded the guild, just deleted it. The officers were still arguing in map chat after the guild ceased to exist. People were laughing so hard they were posting about it on Reddit in real time. That guild's drama became a case study in how not to handle internal conflicts, and it was all broadcast for the entire server to see. This one is from EVE Online, and it's special because it involved a GM. A player, Marcus, was having a bad day. He had lost a ship to lag, felt the game was treating him unfairly, and decided to vent in local chat. He went on to rant about how the developers don't care about players, how CCP is incompetent, and how EVE Online is dying. Pretty standard frustrated player stuff, except he kept going and going. It turned into a multi-paragraph essay posted line by line in local chat about everything he thought was wrong with the game. Other players started engaging. Some agreed with him. Some told him to quit if he was so unhappy. The argument grew. And unbeknownst to Marcus, a GM was in the system and watching local chat. The GM, instead of just muting people or telling them to calm down, started responding to Marcus's complaints one by one in local chat, where everyone could see. The GM was polite but firm, explaining why certain design decisions were made, why some of Marcus's complaints were based on misunderstandings, and suggesting Marcus submit proper bug reports instead of ranting. This had never happened before. GMs don't usually engage in public chat debates, but this one did, and it was glorious. Marcus kept arguing. The GM kept calmly responding. The entire system's population was watching a player get methodically debunked by a developer in public. Eventually, Marcus rage logged. The GM posted one more message. Have a nice day and fly safe. The system erupted in laughter emotes. Marcus became a meme on the EVE subreddit for weeks. This one's dark and messed up. In Final Fantasy XIV, a player announced in a major cities chat that their friend and FC mate had died in real life. Car accident, very tragic. The chat immediately became supportive. People offered condolences, shared memories of playing with the person, talked about organizing an in-game memorial. Then someone who knew the dead player in real life posted in chat, I just texted them. They're alive. They're literally playing the game right now on an alt. The chat did a complete 180. The person who had announced the death was still in chat. People started demanding an explanation. The person claimed they had been misinformed and apologized for the misunderstanding. But people dug deeper. Turned out this person had faked their friend's death for attention and sympathy. They'd done it in multiple FC chats and public channels. They'd accepted condolence gifts from other players. It was a sympathy scam. The backlash was instant and severe. People were posting screenshots of this person accepting gifts while grieving. The person tried to defend themselves in public chat, which made it worse. They got defensive, then aggressive, then started insulting people who called them out. Multiple FCs blacklisted them. They got reported for scamming. Their reputation on the server was obliterated. And all of it happened in public chat where hundreds of people watch it unfold in real time. This is the dark side of zone chat drama. When someone's bad behavior gets exposed publicly and they can't escape it. So why do people have meltdowns in public chat instead of keeping it private? What makes someone think airing their drama in front of hundreds of strangers is a good idea? First, there's the heat of the moment factor. People get angry and they just start typing. They're not thinking about the fact that they're in zone chat instead of whispers. They're not considering that hundreds of people are watching. They're just reacting emotionally. Second, there's the appeal to the crowd. Some people take arguments public deliberately because they want witnesses. They think that if they state their case in front of everyone, public opinion will be on their side. They're trying to build social pressure against the other person. Third, there's the public shaming motivation. They want to embarrass the other person. They want everyone to know what this person did wrong. Private resolution doesn't satisfy the desire for public accountability and humiliation. Fourth, there's the main character syndrome. Some people genuinely don't care or don't realize they're making a spectacle. They're so focused on the argument that they're not thinking about the audience at all. They're the protagonist of their own story, and everyone else is just the NPCs. Fifth, there's the disinhibition effect. Text-based communication in games feel less real than face-to-face or even voice chat. People say things in zone chat they would never say in person. The emotional regulation that would normally stop them from making a scene doesn't kick in. And then there's the audience effect itself. Once people realize they have an audience, some of them double down. They start performing. They get more dramatic, more aggressive, more extreme. The attention becomes addictive. They're getting reactions, engagement, validation for their grievance matters. For the spectators, zone chat meltdowns are entertainment. They're grinding mobs or doing fetch quests, which is boring. Suddenly, there's drama unfolding in real time. It's like watching reality TV, except it's happening right now and you can participate if you want. Of course, people stop what they're doing to watch. There's also the voyeuristic thrill to watching other people's drama. You get to feel superior because you're not the one melting down. You get insight into other people's relationships and conflicts. And you get to participate in the communal experience of watching something wild happen together. Not all zone chat meltdowns are organic. Some are manufactured by trolls who know exactly how to push people's buttons and create drama for entertainment. There's still an art to trolling zone chat effectively. The best trolls don't start with aggression, they start with innocence. They ask a question they know will trigger arguments. What's the best class? Is X expansion better than Y? Should you pay for carries? These seem like normal questions, but they're bait. Once people start responding, the troll picks the most controversial response and amplifies it. Oh, so you're saying anyone who plays that class is bad. Interesting. They're not arguing themselves yet. They're creating friction between other people. As the argument heats up, the troll adds fuel. They quote people out of context. They straw man arguments. They switch sides randomly. Their goal isn't to win an argument, it's to maximize chaos. They want as many people arguing as possible. The really skilled trolls know how to stay under the radar. They never cross the line into reportable behavior. They don't use slurs or make threats. They just ask questions and make statements that technically aren't rule violations but definitely cause drama. Some trolls have multiple accounts. They'll start an argument with themselves using two characters. Other players, not realizing it's one person trolling, will jump in to support one side or the other. Before long, the entire zone is fighting about something that started as manufactured drama. And then there's the chaos coordination trolls, groups of friends who deliberately go into zone chat and start competing trolling campaigns, seeing who can create the biggest meltdown. It's a game within the game. Zone chat trolling is interesting because it's one of the few forms of trolling where the perpetrator usually doesn't face consequences. They're not breaking any explicit rules most of the time, they're just being provocative. GMs can't ban someone for asking which faction is better, even if the question was designed to start a war. And the trolls know this. They've figured out the exact line between technically allowed and actual harassment. They walk the line carefully, maximizing chaos while minimizing risk. Sometimes zone chat gets so out of control that GMs have to step in. Let's talk about what happens when the chaos crosses the line. Most zone chat resolves itself. People rage out, log off, or just get tired of arguing. But occasionally it escalates to the point where developer interventions is necessary. The most common trigger for GM intervention is harassment. If the argument crosses from debate into personal attacks, slurs, threats, or doxing attempts, GMs will step in fast. They'll mute people, issue warnings, sometimes hand out suspensions. Another trigger is when the drama disrupts gameplay for too many people. If zone chat is so toxic that people are complaining they can't use chat for its intended purpose, asking for quest help, forming groups, communicating about game content, GMs might shut it down. Some games have automated systems that flag certain words or detect when chat volumes spike unusually. These systems alert GMs that something's happening. The GM will log in invisibly, watch what's going on, and decide if intervention is needed. When GMs do intervene, it's usually an escalating series of actions. First, a public warning in chat. Keep zone chat civil or there will be consequences. Most people settle down at that point because the GM is watching. If the drama continues, the GM starts muting individually. Temporary chat bans, usually 24 hours. Multiple people might get muted at once if several are contributing to the chaos. In extreme cases, GMs will directly message the main participants and tell them to take it to whispers or face longer suspensions. This private intervention usually works because people realize they're seconds away from an actual ban. And rarely in cases where someone's behavior is so bad, GMs will hand out account suspensions on the spot. 3 days, 7 days, sometimes a permanent ban depending on what was said. What's interesting is that GM intervention often becomes part of the drama. People will start arguing about whether the GM's actions were fair. They'll debate whether someone deserved a mute. The GM becomes a character in the drama rather than ending it. And some servers develop reputation based on their GM's response to zone chat. Server X's GMs are super strict. You can't say anything. Server Y's GMs don't care. It's the Wild West. These reputations affect server culture and how much chaos zone chat descends into. Zone chat meltdowns are one of the great traditions of MMO gaming. They're the unexpected entertainment, the drama you didn't ask for but can't look away from. They're what happens when you put hundreds of people in public chat channel and wait for human nature to take over. If you find yourself in zone chat argument, remember that hundreds of people are watching and everything you say is being screenshotted. Ask yourself, is this really how you want to be remembered on the server? Sometimes the best response is to take it to whispers or just let it go. And if you're watching zone chat drama unfold, enjoy the show. Grab your popcorn. Make your jokes, but maybe don't pile on to make it worse. The drama is entertaining enough without adding fuel to the fire. Zone chat is a weird place. It's where game communication, social dynamics, and entertainment collide. It's where you go to find a group and stay to watch someone's relationship implode. It's the town square of your virtual world. And like any town square, sometimes there's a show. Next week on MMO Madness Behind the Troll Mask, we're diving into spawn camping, the troll tactic that kills games. We're talking about the griefing that drives actual players away, the psychological warfare of denying someone the ability to play, and why spawn camping is so universally hated. You definitely don't want to miss it. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and support the podcast. Tell your guildmates, share it on your Discord, leave us a review. And if you've got a legendary Zone Chat meltdown story, whether you were a part of it or just witnessed it, email us at podcast@mmomadness.com. Until then, watch what you type in public chat, screenshot the good drama, and remember, the entire zone is watching. I'm Boss Mode, and thanks for listening.
Thank you.